Jerome was called into his housemaster's room in the break between the second and the third class on a Tuesday morning. He had no fear of trouble, for he was a warden. The housemaster, Mr. Wordsworth, sat behind his desk with an appearance of perplexity and apprehension. The time had arrived about his 8th birthday when Jerome believed that his father either ran guns or was a member of the British Secret Service. Now it occurred to him that his father might have been wounded in a hail of machine gun bullets.
Sit down, Jerome. All going well with trigonometry?
Yes, sir.
I have had a telephone call, Jerome, from your aunt. I'm afraid I have bad news for you.
Yes, sir.
Your father had an accident. A
Oh.
serious accident.
Yes, sir.
You know your father was in Naples.
Yes, sir.
Your aunt heard from the hospital today.
Oh.
It was a street accident. I'm afraid your father was very seriously hurt indeed.
Oh.
In fact, Jerome, he died yesterday, quite without pay.
Did they shoot him through the heart?
I beg your pardon. What did you say, Jerome?
Did they shoot him through the heart?
Nobody shot him, Jerome. A pig fell on him. Your father was walking along a street in Naples when a pig fell on him. Shocking accident. Apparently, in the poorer quarters of Naples, they keep pigs on their balconies. This was one on the 5th floor. It had grown too fat. The balcony broke. The pig fell on your father.
What happened to the pig, sir?
There was an enlarged snapshot of his father on the piano. A large, sad man in an unsuitable dark suit posed in Capri with an umbrella, the Ferragline rocks forming the background. By the age of 16, Jerome was well aware that the portrait looked more like the author of Sunshine and Shade and Ramblers in Balearics than an agent of the Secret Service.
How can I explain my father's death without making people laugh? Let me think about it. Idea. I'll have to explain in a way that the listener feels bored. I should try explaining it like this. You know Naples and those high tenement buildings, right? Somebody once told me that Neapolitan always feels at home in New York, just as a man from Turin feels at home in London, because the river runs in the same way in both cities. Where was I? Oh yes, Naples, of course. You would be surprised in the poorer quarters what things they keep on the balconies of those skyscraping tenements. Not washing, or bedding, but things like livestock, chickens or even pigs. Of course, the pigs get no exercise whatever and fatten all the quicker. I have no idea, have you, how heavy a pig can be? But these old buildings are all badly in need of repair. A balcony on the 5th floor gave way under one of those pigs. Struck the 3rd floor balcony on its way and sort of ricocheted into the street. My father was on the way to the Hydrographic Museum when the pig hit him. Coming from that height and angle, it broke his neck. My father was killed by a pig.
Really? In India?
No, in Italy.
How interesting. I never realized there was pig sticking in Italy. Was your father keen on polo?
Jerome had studied the statistics and taken the average. He became engaged to be married to a pleasant, fresh-faced girl of 25 whose father was a doctor in Pina. Her name was Sally. One thought worried Jerome, however. Now that within a year he might himself become a father, his love for the dead man increased. He realized what affection had gone into the picture postcards. He felt a longing to protect his memory, and uncertain whether this quiet love of his would survive if Sally were so insensitive as to laugh when she heard the story of his father's death. Inevitably, she would hear it when Jerome brought her to dinner with his aunt.
You were very small when your father died, right?
Just 9.
Poor little boy.
I was at school. They broke the news to me.
Did you take it very hard?
I can't remember.
You never told me how it happened.
It was very sudden. A street accident.
You will never drive fast. Will you, Jimmy?
They were going to marry quietly in a registry office and have their honeymoon at Torquay. He avoided taking her to see his aunt until a week before the wedding. But then the night came, and he could not have told himself whether his apprehension was more for his father's memory or the security of his own love.
Is that Jimmy's father? Yes, dear. How did you guess? He has Jimmy's eyes and brows, hasn't he? Has Jerome lent you his books? No. I will give you a set for your wedding. He wrote so tenderly about his travels. My own favorites is Nooks and Crannies. He would have a great future. It made that shocking accident all the worse. I had so many letters from his readers after the pig fell on him. How horrible. It makes you think, doesn't it? Happening like that, out of clear sky.
A week today.
Penny for your thoughts, my darling. I was wondering, what happened to the poor pig?
They almost certainly had it for dinner.